Do I go?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It was the summer before my junior year. I was going to SAT tutor every day because I had to take my first SAT exams during junior year. I hated it, obviously, but every day I had a routine before I went to my tutor place. I would wake up, go say hi to my dad, eat breakfast, and then off to SAT tutor. Well, one morning, I kind of thrown off schedule. I woke up and went to go see my dad. Knock, knock. But she's not there. And I was like, okay, this is kind of weird. Like, he's always here. So I called him and I was like, hello? Hello? But he didn't pick up. I was like, okay, this is like beyond weird. He always picks up when it comes to me. I'm his daughter. He has to. But he didn't pick up. And my mom was just like, okay, just go. Come on, you're late. I was like, okay. So I go to SAT tutor, but I had this weird feeling in my stomach. Like, I couldn't get rid of it. And I'm usually this really loud, obnoxious kid at the tutor place. So everyone was like, Esther, what's wrong? And I was like, nothing's wrong, nothing, just leave me alone. And I passed by the day like that. And I went home and I was doing my homework. And I was like, okay, this is really weird. I really need to find out what's wrong. Run to my mom, run down the stairs. I'm like, okay, tell me the truth. I know you're hiding something from me. I need to know now. She was like, can you sit down? I was like, okay, I know something's gonna come up. So I sat down. And she breaks the news to me. She goes, your dad and I are getting a divorce. And that's when it really hit me. I was like, what? I knew my parents had problems, every now and then, but every couple has problems. I mean, it's normal, right? It's what society deems as normal. So I was like, I didn't really realize that this was really happening. And they seemed so happy, so happy with each other, but my mom told me they weren't happy with one another. That this is the conclusion that they were coming to. And I didn't want to cry in front of my mom because I knew how depressed she was for telling me in the first place. Imagine telling your only daughter that her parents are getting a divorce. So I held it in and I went up to my room and I started crying my eyes out. I don't think I've ever cried that hard in my life. And my cousin was living with us at the time, so she comes up to my room and she gives me a big hug and she goes, I'm really sorry. And that's when I knew it was real. It was really real. This was really happening to me. And that was the first night I cried myself to sleep. Hopefully the last, but the first time. I don't know when I fell asleep, but around 3, 4 in the morning, I hear the garage door going, so I run down the stairs because I knew this could only mean one thing. My dad was home. So he opens the door and I run to him and I'm like, Daddy! And I give him a huge hug. But I started crying again because I knew reality hit me again. And my dad just placed me to the side and said sorry. And he started packing his bags. I didn't know what to do. I mean, my dad's packing his bags, so I just sat on the floor and started crying. And my mom was on her bed and she was just sitting there. And she didn't know what else to do either. Because she couldn't stop me from crying. She couldn't stop my dad from leaving. And the whole time I was like, Dad, please don't go anything but this, anything. I promise I'll do really good on my SATs, I'll make you really proud, I'll do well in school, I'll get to a really good college. But I wasn't the problem that they were having. They were having a problem with one another. So as my dad finished packing his bags, he closes the bag up, he picks up his suitcase, and he's walking back out where he came from, the garage. And I hug him again, and I'm like, Dad, please don't go anything but this, anything. And that's when I think they realized that this was really happening to them too. That's when they realized. And my dad stopped and he was like, okay, I can sacrifice my happiness for you. So if you're happy with us living together, then we'll stay together. And I knew I couldn't do this to them. It wasn't fair for me to block their happiness just for the sake of mine. I mean, I was ruining 2 people's happiness instead of just keeping mine in and me being unhappy. So I told them, you know what? No. I'm grown up now. I can take care of myself. I don't need you guys to stay together for me to be happy. I can do it. And that day, that's the day my dad walked out of my house. That's the day my best friend left my house. But I went back to sleep knowing that it's okay. I mean, it kind of worked out for the better because they're friends now, so it works out. It's just that we don't live together anymore. But that was the worst day of my life. Thank you.